Masanyu. And it's the Thursday. We are talking about botanical names. Why do you guys change your names? So we'd like to hear from you. We would like to hear your reasons why you changed your name from Kabali, from Sechitoleko, from those names that your parents gave you. Why did you have to change your name? The number to call is 0705 966 966. You can as well send a WhatsApp message. We'll be able to read it so we can get to know why. But I know for sure, King and Masanyu, that people have different reasons why they change their names. Do you know that there are people, when we were sitting for our PLA, the people that changed their names simply because the name they had was longer? And so the letters couldn't fit in those boxes, so they had to get a shorter name. As simple as that. And that's how they changed. So one of my sisters was changed her name and was named later on a different name because her name was longer. And my young brother as well. So they gave them a different name. So people change names depending on what? Different reasons. Sometimes it has nothing to do with feelings. It has nothing to do with bias.
Superstition.
Superstition. Sometimes it's just as people are traveling and they feel like where they are, they'll fit in better if they had different names, or, you know, like different reasons. Now, when you get married, you change your name, especially us, the women.
Yeah, let's pick this caller. Yes, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm fine. This is Emmanuel from Mukono.
Emmanuel,
Yes, Emmanuel.
what's your botanical name?
Botanical.
I don't have one.
You don't have a botanical name.
So what's your other name?
What's your other name?
Yes. Kwagala ko Emmanuel.
Kwagala Kwe.
Emmanuel.
Oh, you shan't it.
So how did
Now,
you get
for
this
me,
name?
Those are the names that they gave me.
Oh.
But I think about botanical names and why people change their names. Hello.
Yes,
hello.
we can hear you.
I'm saying the reason why people change their names, I think the reason would be when a person gets saved, they learn the power of the tongue and the power of repetition. So they realize that if they have a certain name and it has a certain effect on their life, and they understand that every time they speak or somebody pronounces that name, because there is a power in the tongue of creation, power of creation in the tongue. So they realize that every time a person pronounces this name, there is something they are creating, or it is creating something or causing something. So they realize that if they had a name like Chiwanuka and they realize that certain things out of it, they look for a way to stop the effect of it. So they try to change their names to bring up something, to create up something using their tongue, because they realize that every time a person pronounces this name, it has an effect. So they turn the name like Mukisa. So they realize that if the tongue of people, when every time they called you that name, they created something so bad. So you turn the name to create up something so good. So that's why some people, they remain with their botanical names, but they don't use them in public, or they don't allow people to call them their names, because they create up something without the power of the tongue and repetition. So I think that should be the reason, when you understand the power behind the tongue and why, and the effect of, and the result of being that every time people call you that name, they are creating something. So when you understand that, so I try to change the name.
Wow.
To create up something different.
Thank you so much for that submission.
He brings in something really nice
Really,
and important, the power of the tongue.
Yes.
We are co-creators with our Lord Jesus. And, you know, whatever we say comes to life or goes to death. Yeah? So when we name our children after names that are not godly, names that, you know, declare certain things into their lives, be sure that they are going to happen. Especially that you're a parent. You have power to create something into your child. Speak good about, and you start speaking, you're going to be a powerful woman. You're going to be this, you're going to be ABCD.
Let me pick this one. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning
morning.
to you. Who are we talking to, sir? Come on, kindly be louder, sir.
I'm Mike.
Your
Mike.
mic, yes.
What's your botanical?
I'm from the West. We don't have.
You don't have botanical names. You have, but you choose not to have.
Okay, let's
no.
use surname. What's your surname?
Kola.
Yeah?
Kola birungi.
Okola birungi?
Kola birungi.
Akola
Akola
birungi.
birungi.
Akola birungi, Mike.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think naming
Yes.
define that. Like, omuntu okubeera ng'omuyise ekyo tebabeera bamuyise more kubanga
Mm.
okumwesa eki. And in this for me, I feel it was that just calling me that name.
Mm.
That
Okay. Thank you so much for your submission, sir. Oh, okay. And again, Diana and King, I started with the students that while growing, probably in puberty stage or adolescent stage, they came to realize that the names that their parents named them were not relating with their personalities. And then fellow students started ridiculing them according to their names. Names like Nababi, a beautiful girl. And then they says, oh, Nababi, oh, Nababi. And they're like, I'm not Nababi, I'm a beautiful girl. I'm not Nababi. And then like Namika. And whenever they pronounce it, whenever they pronounce the name, people...
It's the Namika for me.
Students take it like, it's a name here, Namika. And they're like, Namika.
Hello.
Hello.
Naku.
Good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful.
Thanks for that show.
You're welcome.
You sound like a birungi.
Kati banange.
Oba Nabitali.
What is that?
It's a name.
What's your
Anyway.
name?
My maiden name is Katwesije. We trust in God.
Katwesije, yes.
Katwesije, yeah, wow. Wow.
We trust in God.
We trust in, wow. Beautiful name.
Yeah, Kati. The thing of names is very, very, very powerful. That's why even in the Bible, God had specific names He would give people and for a reason, and He would even put for you in brackets the meaning. They loved, they're not loved, why, and He would give reasons why. So a name is very, very powerful. You're basically prophesying over that person
Wow.
what they should be. Let me give you a scenario.
Yes,
when I was
please.
at campus, we had I'm sure all of you know prime time.
Yeah, we know
Prime time
Makere. Yes.
Deliverance sessions, and there was this particular person. She was called Sematimba. And then
Sematimba.
started to pray, and she would roll on the floor like a real snake. And me, I didn't know until then. One of the guys was praying said, "Sematimba, Timba is the big snake." So she was basically the Sema, the big snake, the priest to the big snake. So names are very, very powerful. And then they had to change her name after she went through deliverance because there was no she was going to keep serving the big snake of Buganda. Then there was this girl called Munafu. But Nange, the girl was
Munafu.
Mpola. Nenga, they realized band it was serious. It was affecting even her school. Until they prayed for her and they changed her name. Do you need to see that girl now? She's like the total opposite of who she was.
Wow.
Incredible.
Totally different.
Incredible.
So names are very, very, very powerful. If you have a child, what you call your child is what you're prophesying over their life. Every time you call, you are basically calling and prophesying into them that every time you call their name, maybe say Shirabo Jango, you're basically pushing that person is a gift, and she'll continue to be a gift in her generation in all ways.
Wow.
So that is the power in names.
Powerful
Thank you so much.
submission.
Thank you
Wow.
very much, Katwesije.
She Katwesije. Wow. Very powerful submission. She's wise in herself in all senses.
Yeah.
Wisdom, Magaz, we should start naming such names. And again, I want to maintain my point that as Christians, unless you are not comfortable in your skin with that particular name that you're given. But there is a possibility, even when you're called Setimba, if you feel you're okay with your name and you have nothing about your name, when you get saved, you have the power to speak over that name and change it. We have so many revivalists, big men in Kampala today that have such names, but it has no power over them. And the reason probably they never change their names is because they are comfortable with them. And we've seen them pass on such names to their children. We have the Kayanjas, we have the Kayanja Junior, we have the Chigandas, we have the Chiganda Juniors. And these are powerful men of God.
Waguru, nga tukirira tugamba.
Ngogamba.
Change your name if you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay. Have a good day.
Bye.
Jesus, I'm